gusto kong pag-usapan nitong ICC at saka si Bato de la Rosa dahil kayo yung una naglabas sa impormasyon na yan. May mga nagtatanong bakit inilabas daw ni Ombudsman Remulla. Ano po ba objective ninyo? Just for the record.
Ang trabaho ko, unang-una, as a journalist, scoop yan. Kasi may programa ako sa radyo eh. Nakuha ko yung information mga 3 hours before the program. Ang program ko is 9 o'clock eh. Alas 6 ko nakuha yung information. Actually, hindi ko nga nasabi sa brother ko eh. Nagulat siya eh. Kasi nakuha ko yun after I talked to him on the phone at 5:30 in the morning. Natapos kami mga 5:30. At 6 o'clock may dumating sa akin na nagbalita na nandun na. So tinignan ko. Nakita ko naman eh. Nakita ko. Alam mo kasi ang opisina ko is one for accountability eh. The duties of my office is to enforce accountability among all. And I thought it important that people should know that the ICC has done something with regards to the warrant of Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ano yan eh? It's something that we didn't want to happen na gagamitin natin ng ICC for this purpose. Kaya lang, how do you enforce accountability when you do not even have police reports of the deaths of these people? Nung iniimbestigahan namin sa DOJ, wala kami nakikita mga police report. Kahit hingin mo pa, walang police report. Naging SOP nila yan nung panahon ni Bato.
Nung DOJ secretary kayo po yung isa sa mga pinakaginisa sa Senado ni Amy Marcos tsaka ng mga kaalyado niya dahil dito sa pagsuko ng Pilipinas dito kay Rodrigo Duterte sa ICC. Dito po kay Bato de la Rosa, ano po ba yung tamang prosesong dapat sundin? O ikiniklib ba?
It's the same process. Christian, it's the same process. 9851 is still good law. Ano yan eh? Ang Republic Act 1951 changed the landscape of extraterritorial criminal law. Kasi yung extraterritoriality principle will always rely on a warrant or a foreign judgment being validated by a local court. Yan po lagi ang basis natin. Yan ang pinag-aralan namin sa College of Law noong panahon na yun. But under Republic Act 9851, the option of surrender was given to the executive. Ano yan? It really changed the way that extraterritorial criminal proceedings can be recognized in the Philippines. Okay. It's still good law. We can still do that. We can still arrest Bato. The executive can still arrest Bato. Our country still can and surrender him to the ICC.
Hindi ba kailangan dumaan daw
sa... make my day, but I don't know why he's very scarce. But hindi siya magpakita sa Senado. Binabayaran siya ng taong bayan para magtrabaho para sa bayan, di ba?
Eh, yung claim na dapat dumaan daw sa sa korte this time.
Hindi na yan eh. Kasi nga, we looking at the mood of the Supreme Court on this matter. They came up with rules of the on extradition. But if you really read through everything, ano talaga eh? The 9851 is the controlling law when it comes to Senator Bato.
So, yung extradition, it doesn't apply to him?
It may not apply to him because, number one, we have no treaty.
Yes.
And a request for extradition will have to have the support of the executive. But if the executive thinks that surrender is the better option, why do that? Yung sinasabi nga that extradition is among states. That is something that we have to consider. Hindi pa ho nangyayari na ma-extradite through an international court sa ibang bansa. Hindi nangyayari yan.
So kung nandiyan na po yung arrest warrant, what do you think should the senator do? The best thing that he should do? That he can do?
Go to court for habeas corpus.
And then?
So that the court will determine whether he's being held is legal or not based on the warrant issued by the ICC.
And then after that, pag nasettle ng korte,
then dalhin na sa Hague.